We are extraterrestrial. We are KNR.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning once again to our listeners of Moment of Truth. You tuned in with Usiba Makeleni. Ehamba kunye neqhaza nalasemtantsane uIQ. Now you know how we do it.
Yeah.
It is that time. It's time for current affairs, keeping you updated right in the comfort of your home. Happy Human Rights Day.
Happy
Human Rights Day. So stay tuned. We've got the latest for you. 21
Yeah.
March
What's happening?
2022. As we all know, it is Human Rights Day. But a lot has happened over the course of the weekend. And we are here to give it to you fresh. Just like KNR does, radio according to you, relevant at all times.
Yeah.
It's an ANC elective conference year, and that means people are being approached to run for the top positions within the governing party. From Lindiwe Sisulu taking on President Cyril Ramaphosa to challenges to David Mabuza, a lot is up in the air. There's a new question too. Is Phumzile Mlambo Ngcuka about to make a return to a senior ANC position? Phumzile Mlambo Ngcuka for deputy president. Several Sunday newspapers have new reports on Mlambo Ngcuka this week. And according to City Press, the former UN executive director has now admitted she has been approached to run for top party positions, in particular ANC deputy president. Listen, I know I love me some Phumzile Mlambo
Me too.
Ngcuka.
I love her.
But let's see. A lobby group reportedly met with Mlambo Ngcuka several times in recent weeks. The former deputy president told the publication that she is flattered by the idea.
Okay.
She went on to say that she hopes young female candidates could be prioritized over herself. I am flattered by the trust that some members are showing me, but I really have to think about it because I was away for a long time.
Okay.
True. I just think that the comrades must look among the members much more than they have. I think they are taking a shortcut because they know me. I'm easy to find and I have always been there. We must not cheat the processes, or Phumzile Mlambo Ngcuka told the City Press.
Yeah.
Mlambo Ngcuka previously served as the deputy president of South Africa from 2005 to 2008. She currently serves as the University of Johannesburg's chancellor. So while Mlambo Ngcuka says she would rather prefer someone new, it doesn't seem like she is completely closing the door on herself. It's not just Phumzile Mlambo Ngcuka in the running, though. According to several new reports, former Health Minister Zweli Mkhize is ready to run for the ANC presidency in order to have a chance at winning, though Mkhize knows he has to clear his name when it comes to all things digital vibes. Mkhize has spent the last several months in KZN connecting with ANC branches. Mkhize is a former Treasurer General of the party. Several ANC insiders have also suggested that Mkhize is considering running for a top 6 position in the party again. Other reports suggest that Mkhize may even challenge Cyril Ramaphosa directly.
I'm
telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's lit like that. It's lit like that.
I believe.
Hey, but listen, I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't be such a bad idea to have Umama
Not at
Mlambo
all.
Ngcuka as our deputy president once
Not
again.
at
But
all.
listen, I appreciate her honesty as well, and just talking about the fact that she has been away for a minute.
For a long time.
I won't say she has been out of touch, but she has been away,
Yes.
and she's essentially challenging those who are essentially scouting, for lack of a better word, to look within the party once again, perhaps someone younger,
Yeah.
and also some people who show great potential within the ANC in general. So yeah, we'll keep you
We'll keep you
updated because that's what we do best. Because we know that this year is it's going to be a very interesting year for our ruling party.
I'm really interested about what is going to happen.
In the same breath.
Okay.
In the same breath.
What's happening?
Also, Mkhize blames former DG for digital vibes scandal.
Yeah, okay.
Since we were talking about the fact that the truth of the matter is, as much as he is running, or maybe he's going to be considered, club position kanye ka president. But the truth is, Kukole digital vibe scandal.
Yeah.
But let's find out more. Johannesburg, embattled former Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize has launched a fresh legal attack on the Special Investigating Unit and accuses his former Director General of having orchestrated his downfall. Mkhize has asked the High Court in Pretoria to declare the Digital Vibes report as unlawful and unconstitutional. In his supplementary founding affidavit seen by Eyewitness News, Mkhize persisted with his assertion that he was merely a victim of a smear campaign orchestrated by the Special Investigating Unit. He also wanted the court to set aside the report. In the document dated 18 March 2022, Mkhize also wanted the SIU to pay cost of three senior counsels, placing the blame. Mkhize placed the blame squarely at the door of the former Director General at the Health Department, Precious Matsoso, whom he painted as the real culprit in the appointment of the Digital Vibes, even though it was his close associates who were linked to the company. The story keeps getting more and more interesting.
Yeah, it is
In the
interesting.
supplementary documents, Mkhize explained that he and Matsoso had a difficult relationship. He also used submissions from the head of GCIS, Pumla Williams, to connect the dots between Matsoso and his former personal assistant and close associate Tahera Matha, who was heavily implicated in the report. Mkhize claimed that Matha's presence at the government meetings on behalf of the Health Department had preceded the Digital Vibes contract. Mkhize also said that the appointment of Matha in this regard would have been the sole responsibility of the former Director General, Ms. Matsoso. Ms. Matsoso had a clear motive and interest in implicating me, claimed Mkhize, arguing that the SIU failed to consider the former official's desire to point a finger at him to avoid taking responsibility for her alleged actions.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that, I mean, his name has popped up
Yeah.
to be part of the top 6 in the ANC, as well as just not just the top 6, but the president of our nation as well.
Come on.
So I mean, and that's no matter, it's a matter of timing or what the former deputy, former minister of health, rather. I don't know. Are we trying to clear everything to prepare for the possibility of us running for the presidency or the head of the party, or Sana, is there a degree of truth to this investigation that, listen, the former Director General is just trying to clear her name and would rather shift the blame to the former Minister of Health, Madod.
It needs ago, and it's so interesting. Nale, this story, I'm looking forward to it because I feel like Upaglando running of the presidents.
Sure.
So he's trying to.
Think you're trying to clear his name?
Yeah. Wouldn't you want to?
I don't know. I mean, geez, I don't know. I don't know. Let's read. Let's go more into it.
Okay.
The latest move is seen as part of Mkhize's attempt to clear his name ahead of the ANC National Congress in December 2022. He resigned as health minister after he was implicated in the 150 million rand Digital Vibes, where the contract was unlawfully awarded to his former aides, and some of the money ended up benefiting Mkhize's family. Mkhize has been quietly working on the ground in KZN as he builds up support with the intention of contesting one of the top positions within the governing party's leadership. The timing of his court battle is widely seen as Mkhize's greater need to remain relevant in the eyes of the ANC members who would vote for the new leadership. The SIU found that Mkhize, his family, and some of his close associates benefited from the multi-million rand contract awarded to the Digital Vibes for COVID-19 communications. He approached the High Courts in October seeking to challenge the report, claiming it was tainted by the stark irregularities and that there was several breaches in the processes, which included not giving notice or substantial information on some of the matters that he was questioned on. Man, oh man, I'm very interested to see where this is going. Where this is going to end up, considering the fact that this year happens to be that year. That in December of this year, the ANC members are going to be gathering to decide who will be in or form part of their leadership.
This year is going to be interesting. That's one thing I'm going to tell you. When it comes to politics,
it's interesting.
We are at the start of the year, but already
A lot
Okay.
is happening. Dearest Mum Tabile Dlamini, stay strong. You are not alone. Thug Life chose you.
Huh?
Dear Honorable Batabile Olive Dlamini,
Mm.
hey, I am sorry that it has taken me so long to write to you. Although you and I may have not personally acquainted, the spirit of Ubuntu that burns in my heart and in our resilient South African hearts demands of us that we check in on each other. Even those who seem strong might just need a shoulder to cry on and perhaps an occasional e-wallet. I should have written to you sooner, ma'am. It has been almost 2 weeks since Magistrate Betty Kumalo found you guilty of perjury on the 9th of March, all because of that one time in 2017 when you lied under oath during a constitutional court inquiry into the social grants debacle that took place under your watch at the South African Social Security Agency, a social security agency known as USASA. The whole thing that saw millions of South Africans unsure if they would receive their grants. My heart broke into tiny little pieces at your lawyer's heartfelt plea to the magistrate for leniency on your behalf, reminding us that, like so many South Africans, you're but a single mother strapped for cash, getting by on a measly 110,000 monthly salary.
Le letter. Ba uyimamele kahle. Uba uyayiva le letter but
No, listen, I think before I read it further, our viewers and our listeners must note that this was written for satire.
Yes.
This article, yes. Please note that this article is used just for satire, just a little bit of comic relief in the reality that is going on. I can only imagine how triggering being back in the front of a judge must have been for you. After all, it's only been 15 years and 5 months since October 2006, when, as Member of Parliament, you were convicted of fraud, fined 120,000 and sentenced to a suspended 5-year jail term. In those tough times, I often look to poetry in hip-hop for comfort. Perhaps you too can find solace in this moving quote from one of my favorite rappers, the great late Tupac, who famously said, I didn't choose the thug life chose
me.
Still on the matter of your lawyer's concern about your low income, some bitter Betties might point back to 2016, when, as Minister of Social Development, you implied that the social grant beneficiaries should be able to live on 753 a month, which is less than 0.7% of your current income. Pay them. No mind, ma'am. It's not your fault. The thug life chose you and not the grant beneficiaries. And honestly, the grant life crowd should be grateful that they do not have to carry the burden of the thug life. No, listen. On a serious note, though, how can a human being live on 753 ngenyanga ayo? Yes, yeah. This is satire, but think about it: 753 a month. 753 a month.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it's shocking. It's shocking. It's shocking. And you really wonder, but in 2022 but ke ikhona nala refund bikhona ye 350 during ngeli xesha le COVID, 350, if I'm just speaking honestly, is probably the money that you spend just getting it done and possibly go over. So that, I mean, as much as that was a satire article, it just raises the inequalities and the realities that South Africans face on a daily basis, who suffer at the hands of politicians who make decisions, thinking about themselves, as this writer wrote that, she was earning 110,000 rand ngenyanga. I mean, and then ke ngoku, umntu we social grant can survive on 753 ngenyanga. It's quite
the difference in those
quite
numbers.
It's quite an insult. Last week we spoke briefly about Trevor Noah unpack alombaka Kanye West, but Trevor Noah uyabuya esithi don't cancel Kanye. Okay. Trevor Noah has insisted that he does not want Kanye West to be cancelled. The 44-year-old rapper was recently banned from Instagram for 24 hours after using a racial slur towards the Daily Show host, who had criticized the stronger hitmaker for his conduct towards ex-wife Kim Kardashian and her boyfriend Pete Davidson, and was then dropped from performing at the Grammy Awards because of his troublesome online behavior. However, Trevor has now spoken out to insist that he thinks Kanye needs help not punishment. He tweeted,
Yeah.
I said counsel, Kanye, not cancel Kanye. The Love
agree.
Lockdown rapper had lashed out at Trevor after the stand-up accused Kanye of harassing his ex-wife, with whom he has North 8, Saint 6, Chicago 4, and Psalm 2 since she filed for divorce. Speaking on The Daily Show, Trevor said, I'll be honest with you. What I see from the situation is a woman who wants her to live her life without being harassed by an ex-boyfriend or an ex-husband or an ex-anything. You may not feel sorry for Kim, but she's rich and famous because she appropriates Black culture. But what she's going through is terrifying to watch and shines a spotlight on what so many women go through when they choose to leave. Trevor had attempted to make amends with Kanye, who legally changed his name to Ye. He had commented on the post containing Slow You're an inevitable part of my life, Ye. Which is why it breaks my heart to see you like this. I don't care if you support Trump, and I don't care if you roast Pete. I do, however, care when I see you on a path that is dangerously close to peril and pain. Don't ever forget, the biggest trick racists ever played on Black people was teaching us to strip each other of our Blackness whenever we disagree, tricking us into dividing ourselves up into splinters so that we would never unite into a powerful rod. Thoughts.
I love what Trevor Noah said.
Sure.
Counsel him, not cancel him.
Yeah.
Because Qasim cancelisha, and then what happened? You know,
he doesn't get the help that
he's
so evidently
it's not like
needs.
he's gonna change. And we all can see by Nyani, Kanye is really going through something. As he has by Ndoni, but Kanye West is going through something. So Lenda Itata would Trevor know that Nyani, we can see that Lendlela Ayambayo say bomba iyapi. And because we love him, he's a creative, he's amazing. But we can see that he is struggling with something. And he said it, he has a mental issue problem.
Okay.
He said it himself.
Yeah.
So now we really can see that Norman Kanye West is not okay.
Sure.
So I love the fact and it turned the way he handled Kanye West, because Kanye West
Yes.
He came back with love. Trevor Noah came back with love. Kanye West. So Kanye, we love you. We care about you.
His intention, I believe Trevor's heart was in the right place.
Yes.
And listen, I respect the man, because he could have retaliated after these accusations, the racist slurs that he received. But he was like, no, I'm not going to fall into that trap. The truth is, Kanye has indicated at some point or the other that he does need assistance mentally. And instead of canceling him, we have a responsibility, if not anyone else, njengabantu abamnyama who should be for each other. We have a responsibility to ensure that he gets the help he needs, instead of just canceling him. And essentially, the cycle continues. The cycle continues. So Trevor, I believe this is very monumental for me. It's very monumental for me in that he's breaking that culture of the black on black hate, the black on black discrimination. And he's like, you know what? I'm not falling into this trap. Let Kanye get the help that he needs. Moving right along. Telkom threatens to cut services to South African Post Office unless it pays 269 million bill.
Okay.
Johannesburg, the South African Post Office is reportedly on the verge of having its internet and communications shut off by Telkom unless it pays its 269 million bill. The Sunday Times reported that the telecommunications company wrote to SAPO, which is the South African Post Office, 2 weeks ago, demanding that the post office settle its debt after it breached its payment agreement following multiple conversations about its bill. The state-owned postal services needs Telkom services to pay social grants and renew vehicle registrations. A Telkom official told the paper that they had entered into a new payment agreement that expired at the end of March, in which SAPO indicated that they would settle it by then. A SAPO spokesperson said the post office had paid its bills for the past year in full, but there was historical debt to consider. The Communications and Digital Technologies Department had pleaded on behalf of SAPO, adding that they were assisting the postal service Office in raising funds and were consulting the National Treasury. This comes in the same week that the Post Office bosses told Parliament that they need a bailout of 9 billion rand.
Yep.
Or it may be forced to close.
9 billion.
Yes. 9 billion rand. SAPO said it had immediate cash flow requirements of 6.9 billion. This is for the historical debt worth of 4.3 billion rand, cash flow deficit worth 1.8 billion rand for the next 9 months while they implement the revised strategy. 400 million on the capital expenditure and 400 million rand to upjonges malis maintenance. And ke ngoku worry yami is that uTelkom uzawuvala yena. Kukho le historical debt. Kukho le cash flow.
Hey, in New Zealand.
Kukho there's day-to-day runnings, let alone the fact that now CIA a post office to renew vehicle registrations there too. And at the same time it's sebenzisa la portal as well to for abantu bethu bafumane social grants zabo. Yay!
Hey, and yes.
The Postal Service said it needed a further 2.4 billion to settle its post bank debts. This requested bailout was in addition to the 8 billion rand that the entity already received from the government for the next 3 years. Listen, this is not shocking, ne? This is not completely shocking considering the state of our economy.
That's true.
In our country. So essentially, there are many companies, many state-owned companies that have been suffering because of the state of our economy in our country. As uTelkom uzawuthi. Let's stay tuned and see what happens. But I mean, I can't imagine the post office because it has since extended. It has moved beyond just a matter of ufumani packages, ufumani letter yakho,
do a lot of things.
Ufumani incwadi yakho encane. But it has since extended its services where we are now able to go to renew share, which goes so much faster. I mean, it's so much more convenient considering the fact that Noki Post Office area nganye ikhona, and then of course the social grants. I can't imagine what will happen should the post office have to close down. But stay tuned. We are going to keep you updated in terms of what is going on there. Detectives, the last story for this morning, detectives scourging for clues after 6 people are killed at Khayelitsha. Crime scene experts were scourging the scene and detectives from the organized crime unit were dispatched to investigate these murders. Western Cape Police spokesperson Brig Novella Potelwa said reports from the scene indicate 3 unknown men fired shots randomly at the victims in Lindela Road at about 10 past 4. After being alerted to the shooting incident, police arrived on the scene and found bodies of 5 victims strewn across 2 scenes that are 200 meters apart. The 6th person died on arrival at a medical facility. The yet to be identified victims, 2 women and 4 men, are estimated to be between the ages of 22 and 27. Police have asked anyone with information that could assist the investigation to call 08600 10 111. This happened yesterday, guy. I mean, I can't help but wonder. Today we are celebrating Human Rights Day. Commemorates, so we reflect on the day in 1960 where 69 people, I believe, were killed. They protest peacefully. 180 more individuals that were injured, all because they wanted rights, all because they wanted to be recognized as humans. And one of the most important rights that I believe each and every one of us has, as so long as you are human, you have the right to life. So when we see stories like this still popping up, almost on a daily basis, but every moment of every day, even where we have Abantu Ababuleweyo Ekhayelitsha just yesterday. I mean, just at the top of my head, for me, as much as we are commemorating the Sharpeville massacre, for me in 2022, I beg, allow me to say the massacre continues.
It's still continuing.
The massacre.
Imagine this happened the day before Human Rights Day. It really shows Okuba
the struggle continues.
Yeah,
The
nothing
struggle
has
continues.
changed, so it breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart, because if you look at those ages,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, man.
47 minutes past 9, you're still tuned in to Moment of Truth with Usiba, born, bred and buttered from East London, and Ilfunel Kamal Kasiba the monkey. Mhlawumbe banganceda creatively ke size negama for Usiba. Ngusiba makeleni igama ngusibalo xa liphelele. Perhaps give the viewers and our listeners a chance to suggest anything but Siba the monkey. Hey, wait, guys, my career started in 1999 when I was the monkey. On a show called Tarzana in the Jungle. That's when my acting career began, and I had lines. I opened the show, had lines inside the show, and even closed the show with my fellow monkey, who I will not mention, or else if friendshipping up here. Some people would rather just forget that phase in their life. But man, I always go back to it because I believe that was the beginning of my career.
Yes.
Entertainment.
Yes, girl.
With just a few minutes, 2 minutes until 10 to 10, you are still tuned into Moments of Truth. And that was it for now, for Moments in Current Affairs. But before we get there, Maske City, DJ Melon, Mondlin Globo, City, it is a public holiday after all. So we are allowed to let loose a little bit and have a good time.